Hey, what's going on, everyone? Bass here. So since it is Friday, I want to quickly go over the final injury report for the upcoming Green Bay Packers versus Baltimore Ravens game this Sunday in Baltimore. I was actually thinking about going to this game. I was going to wait until like the day before and see if tickets are cheaper. They're still kind of not that cheap. I live about an hour away out of the stadium, and I've been there a few times, so going to pass on that one. So before bringing up the actual injury report, a few things to point out. Kenny Clark remains on that COVID list. Now, technically, he still could play, say if he tested negative today and tomorrow, he could be activated. But at that point, that seems kind of far out. That's most likely not going to happen. And as for Jaire Alexander, he's still not activated to the 53-man roster, so that's why he's not on the injury report. Now, in theory, tomorrow, Saturday, they could activate Jaire Alexander, I think, by 3 or 4 p.m., and he could play Sunday, but who knows what they're going to do. That could happen to be a very pleasant surprise, but we don't really know if he's going to play this week or not. All right, so now bringing up the actual Packers injury report list here. At the top of the list, we see David Bakhtiari, who is again out. Now, a good thing about David Bakhtiari this week is he practiced in limited fashion every single day, which is a good sign for a potential return in the next couple of weeks, maybe against Cleveland on Christmas. I think if he doesn't come back next week, then we have Minnesota week 17, and hopefully by that point the Packers have the NFC North locked down, but still be fighting for a number 1 seed. So if he doesn't go against Cleveland, hopefully he goes against Minnesota. But at that point, if we aren't really playing for much, I would see the Packers just holding him out into the playoffs. Corey Bojorquez here, the left knee injury, full participant all week, no injury designation, so he is good to go. Then next on the list, we do have Dominique Dafney, who is out. He did not participate all week with the ankle injury, so definitely look for more of Josiah DeGuara. He'll definitely get a lot of snaps, and he's been playing pretty well the past few weeks. Aaron Jones was limited on Wednesday with a knee injury, and then on Thursday and Friday, Thursday he did not participate, and Friday was limited, and that was because of an illness, but he has no designation, so he will play Sunday. Then below, Mercedes Lewis with that normal veteran rest days during the week. Aaron Rodgers still, again, didn't practice all week with that toe injury. He got 1 day of practice before last game on a Friday. This week, again, just no practice. He said after the Bears game it actually felt worse, so that's not a really good sign. But Aaron Rodgers, again, I say it every time. If there was a guy that doesn't necessarily need practice and could still go out there and play at a high level, it is Aaron Rodgers, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm more worried about the toe injury itself. Equanimeous St. Brown is doubtful with the concussion he suffered against the Bears. He didn't practice all week, so he's most likely not going to play. Then right below him, we have Malik Taylor, another wide receiver, who re-injured his abdomen against the Bears. He was limited all week. He is questionable, but if he's out, we're looking at 2 pretty core special team players that would be out against a Ravens unit who's a good special teams unit, and obviously we know about the Packers special teams unit. It's just abysmal. Then, of course, there's Billy Turner, who didn't participate all week with the knee injury he suffered against the Bears. We kind of got decent news about him that it wasn't, season ending. He's not going to play tomorrow. He's not going to play on Sunday, He is out. But the fact that he hasn't been put on IR or anything of that sort tells me it's not crazy serious, and we'll probably see him, week 17, start of the playoffs. That's kind of my guess there. Then finally, MVS is questionable with a back injury. He was limited all week. So we have EQ, Malik Taylor, and MVS all on this report. 2 questionable, 1 doubtful. In theory, we could be without 3 wide receivers. If that was the case, look for Amari Rodgers to get a lot more snaps. Juwan Winfrey was also activated to the 53-man roster, so he will surely get some snaps as well. Now to go over the Ravens injury report, they have a lot of names on this report, a lot of questionable as well. First up, Nick Boyle and Marquise Brown are both questionable. We have Calais Campbell, who's doubtful, so that's definitely a big hit to their defensive line. Lamar Jackson didn't participate all week with the ankle injury he suffered last week, but he's questionable. My best guess is he will go. Offensive lineman Patrick McCarry is also questionable with Tyree Phillips, tackle/guard, with an illness. McCarry with a hand injury. Ben Powers, another guard with a foot injury, didn't participate all week. He is out. Fullback Patrick Ricard and tackle Alejandro Villanueva are also both questionable, so they have a lot of injuries in the trenches. So if the Packers were to do one thing well, it might be, rushing the passer and containing Lamar Jackson in this game, which is a way to beat the Ravens. So they definitely need to do that. And then finally, cornerback Chris Westry is also questionable there with a knee injury. So that wraps up the Ravens injury report and the Packers injury report. As you see, the Ravens are just as banged up as the Packers, if not more. They also have a lot of guys on IR. Marlon Humphrey just got added to that list, so they're really thin. This team is really banged banged up, and we should feel that more than anyone else. The Packers are so banged up. The Ravens are banged up. The NFL as a whole, we're just going through a weird week here with the amount of COVID going through all the teams and whatnot. Honestly, I'm happy that it's just Kenny Clark that is on the COVID list right now, because a lot of teams are absolutely getting decimated, and you just don't like to see that. But I still think the Packers can definitely win this one in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's banged up now. If Lamar Jackson plays like he normally does, I think he will run wild against the Packers. They generally cannot stop a running quarterback from running. You've seen it with Kyler Murray. You've seen it with Justin Fields. So they for sure need to contain that. But that about does it for today's video. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the final injury report for this upcoming game. Go down and click that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already, and please leave a like on the video. It supports my channel a ton. But on that note, I'll catch you on the next one, and as always, go Pack Go.